This is Sacha from Intronaut, and you're watching Wheeler's Weekend Jams live and direct.
Wheeler's Weekend Jams live and direct.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wheeler's Weekend Jams live and direct. And today we have Sacha from Intronaut joining us. How you doing today this morning?
Great. How are you?
Fantastic, man. I'm alive. Now I'm going to get right into it for you. Tell us about your guys' latest album, The Direction of Last Things, and how was the recording process and the story of the title of your album?
Uh, well, it's our fifth full-length record. Came out back in November, and we recorded it last year here in Los Angeles. We did most of the tracking live in the studio and then send it off to Devin Townsend to mix. So I don't know. I think that just kind of added or just that whole process added, a little extra vibe to the whole thing, and
Yeah.
I think that's sort of what contributed to being, I think, our best record. In addition to the songs being a little bit just sort of, next level in a lot of ways, and yeah, we're about to go out on tour, on a headlining tour in March and April to support that.
Yeah, you guys are coming to Chicago April 3rd at Reggie's Rock Club. Should be a really
Hmm.
good show. It's a great venue.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was also wondering, I'm always interested in how bands really start a song in process. Do the lyrics come first with you guys, or is it
No.
usually the music?
Yeah, it's the music first. Um, Dave or I will come up with sort of like a demo for a full song,
Hmm.
and then bring it to the band, and we kind of like work it out in the jam room together. We still kind of do like the old school. We still practice 3 or 4 times a week, and kind of fine tune the ideas that were on the demo into like a complete song, and kind of embellish and just go over everything, over and over again. Really.
Yeah, exactly. Do you guys, before even starting on a new album, do you guys kind of have a meeting about making like a concept album, or like kind of what kind of vibe you want for the album, or is it just kind of whatever happens happens?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of whatever happens, happens. I mean, there's no real discussion about that. Um, I mean, maybe each of us in our own heads will have like an idea of what we want to improve on, or just make better. Speaking from where I was at, I wanted to write a little bit more of like a metal record, a little more like aggressive,
Yeah.
um, kind of thing, because the last couple records, especially the last record, was a little more mellow overall. And after playing those songs so many times live, I was like, I just kind of want to just get up there and like thrash a little bit more, So,
Exactly.
um, so a lot of the songs kind of uh, came out a little bit like harder in a lot of ways. I think because of that.
Hmm.
Just to from a guitar playing perspective, it's just more fun to kind of play more, just like not like busier might not be the best word, but just like faster, more involved stuff, as opposed to just always kind of like having a lot more like ambient and kind of minimal and atmospheric parts.
Exactly. Cool, man. Yeah, and I was also wondering, what is your favorite piece of gear and why?
I love it all. I love it all equally. That's like trying to pick your favorite child.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I like my guitars. I make my own guitars, so I like those a lot. I'm
Oh
proud of
wow.
those. For anybody listening, you can check out my guitar company, DunableGuitars.com. But I mean, I love all our stuff. I mean, we love our amps. We both play these Mesa Boogie Royal Atlantic amps, um, which is just a big, mean, fucking tube amp.
Hmm.
Um, we both have like pretty sizable pedal boards, or all three of us do, really. at this point. So I don't know. Yeah, we're gear nerds, or I'm definitely a gear nerd, but we all are to some extent.
Awesome. And now, at this point in your career, what still keeps you motivated?
Um, I think that we're just we just haven't lost the fire to just to write music really. I mean, I still I mean, it's been a little bit less lately because I've been so busy with other things, but when I'm home, usually every night I sit down and like play guitar for a couple hours and just jam out on stuff that most of which will never get used, but it's just all about just kind of constantly trying to sort of write, or just constantly writing, and then you throw 95% of it away,
Yeah,
uh, and just kind of exercising that muscle. And I don't know. It's just about trying to make the music that you want to hear that nobody else is making, I guess.
exactly. Yeah, and I know that. Well, this next question, it's a little on the cheesy side, but I'm still interested because it's always fun to hear the answers. But who would be your dream collaboration with, living or dead?
Um, Gee, man, I don't know.
I put you on the spot, man.
I mean, it's hard to say, like, my dream collaboration. I mean, there's a lot of musicians, living and dead, that I'm, like, a huge fan of, but,
Yeah,
like, as far as collaborating, it's hard for me to say because, like, I don't know. It's hard to imagine collaborating with, like, Jimi Hendrix. You know what I mean? Like, what
yeah,
would I collaborate on? Like, he's the guitar player. Like, what am I gonna do? You know? I'll,
exactly.
I'll collaborate if my part in the collaboration is sitting there and just like watching him
Yeah,
play. Um, I don't know. I mean, there's just so many bands out there that are guitar players or just musicians who have like inspired me, and it's hard to pick one that I would want to collaborate with because I really don't feel like I'm worthy of collaborating with any of these people. But
yeah,
and honestly, like I feel like the people in Intronaut are like my favorite musicians too. Like, and I get to collaborate with them all the time. I can't imagine it like being better than it is.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys. Yeah, it's like those guys are your family, So
I mean, literally at this point, like we've all known each other like 20 years. So
yeah,
yeah, more than half our lives. Yeah.
cool. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Intronaut is going to be coming on tour with Scale the Summit, coming to Chicago April 3rd at Reggie's Rock Club. And yeah, Sasha, if there's anything else you want to say to the fans out there, and where to find you guys on the internet.
Best place to find us on the internet would probably be Facebook. That's the social network that we update the most, I guess. We do have an Instagram too, but it's not like an everyday thing.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, find us on Facebook. We do have a website, intronautofficial.com, but Facebook is where all the most up to date stuff will probably be.
yeah,
And yeah, I hope everybody will come out to the show. You're in Chicago, so yeah, Reggie's. I think that's like in April,
yeah.
and yeah.
Cool, awesome. Well, Sasha, man, thank you so much for doing this interview. And ladies and gentlemen, make sure to check out our website at wheelersweekendjams.com and support us on our Patreon page at patreon.com/WWJ.
We're